Figure TV.
You've always said that you don't believe Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon, but how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having.
I don't care what Tulsi Gabbard said, his director of national intelligence. She get all the intelligence, then bring it to him and tell him what's going on. They say, how close do you think? Look at the headline, because that's what caught my attention. Ooh-wee. U.S. intel shows Iran was years away from nuclear weapons. That's today. You know, man, y'all be sure to wipe y'all feet. That mean hit the like button. You in the house of revolution. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, y'all. You know, revolution is a way of life. Revolution is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I got some revolutionary dinner for y'all today. We streaming all day. I'm off today. World War III is here. But I had to start this morning off with taking personal responsibility for this maniac, this psychopath, the worst president I have seen in American history, this guy right here, that I voted for and championed because, listen, we thought I was explaining this to some people yesterday, some Spanish-speaking people, and they were telling me how bad Trump was. And I say how, let me stop right there. He's absolutely disgusting. War criminal, a psychopathic maniac. Worse than George Bush. Even George Bush wasn't this stupid to go at Iran. And I was talking, they was like, you know, because I know what they were saying. See, they didn't like him because of the immigration thing. Oh, we didn't want illegal immigrants coming into this country committing heinous acts and crimes and sucking up all the resources. I was explaining to them, we have no problem with any immigrants. We don't have no problem with that. We don't like illegal immigrants. That's our issue. That's just our issue. We have a problem. And I explained this to them, and they was like, wow, you a teacher? I was like, no, I'm not no damn teacher. I am an educator of the revolution. I educate about the revolution and teach about geopolitical information, but I'm not none of these schools. I should be. I told them that the main problem that I had was the Democrats, and how I couldn't no longer back them, and I needed this coward to do the right thing. Is that the Democrats have have a platform of transitioning babies. Boys can be girls and girls can be boys, they say, and they're trying to push that at these schools on our kids. And if a man even go up to the school and say, wait a minute, that's my son, my grandson, my nephew, my baby cousin, my neighbor, I don't want y'all telling him he can be a girl. They can take you to jail for child abuse. And they were like, no, that's in California. I said, oh, you mean a Democratic stronghold? They in Texas. They don't like Trump in Texas. They say, I'm so glad they can't do that here. I say, yeah, because the Republicans is in power. Their eyes got big and then they understood I was going with this. You don't like Trump, but do you like the policies that some of the Republicans are standing on? We know they some biggest, but we don't like drag queen reading day to babies. You see, it's some political points we had. We definitely didn't want no war. They were like, you know what, you're right. It's stop with the nonsense. You got to really have some political issues you're standing on, and we have some. And we didn't just vote for this man because we hated blue Democrats, or we didn't like the policies that they was pushing. Now, so it's plenty of videos, we back Trump. We had Trump shirts selling on this goddamn platform, trying to fight back with the Democrats, trying to get the Nazis overthrown in Ukraine, hoping the babies stop being slaughtered in Gaza. Like this man pretending like no war in Iran, like this man pretending like he was going to stand on. So we got him in office. He couldn't have got in there without us. What does he do? He said 1,000 times, there would be no war if I was in office. The war would have never started in Ukraine. Boy, we got a bigger war than the war in Ukraine. We got the war against Iran and Israel. That's the big one. What the hell? On your watch. And this video set me off this morning. I had to make a video about this clown and his policies and apologize, you know. But not for doing our political duty. Some people say, man, I'm staying out of this. Your ass don't have a right to say shit if you didn't get in here and try to help our kids, help the community some type of way politically. We make mistakes. A lot of these other people, they're not, they don't have they're not humble enough, and they don't have, what word am I looking for here? They're not solid enough to come forward and say, hey, we was wrong on this man not being a narcissistic or egotistical maniac. He's absolutely that. He's absolutely that. The wrong man is in power for the time. And now look what they just asked him. They just asked him. U.S. intelligence is stepping up. Some U.S. people are stepping up and saying, whoa, wait a minute. It's going to be a big ass kicking for the U.S. if you wait until this Israel war. Not only Israel going to be humiliated, but the U.S. too. They're trying to save face. Trump too deep. He too far in. He gone too deep with Netanyahu. Netanyahu exposed his ass before the world. He can't stop now. They say your national security director and advisor, Tulsi Gabbard, who gets all the intelligence, just said in May or something, Iran was working on a nuclear bomb. They just said this. The people who bring you the intelligence, who looks at all the U.S. intelligence, okay, all this classified, I got, Mr. President, Iran's not working on it. What they say? I don't care what she says. I say they close. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. You want to impeach a man, impeach him. And this is so disgusting. I don't hear none of the fucking Democrats talking about impeaching Trump over this Israel war. I haven't seen none of them come forward and say sanctions should be immediately put on Israel for an act of aggression. Now this the same nonsense George W. Bush tried to play with. We will not tolerate Iran having weapons of mass. First of all, they don't have any. Well, they working on them. You don't have any evidence. You're just saying this. You don't have any evidence that they're working on anything. You're finna make a terrible disaster, get a bunch of innocent people wiped out on a lie for the fucking Zionists. Trump can't get away with this. Trump family can't get away with this. They think they're gonna rake in big tens of billions of dollars, then everybody else is just fucked up. Then he got the nerve to sit here and say, I don't care what my intelligence people are saying. I'm saying they working on them. What the hell are you talking about? Boy, you're finna get fucked up playing with our soldiers' lives in danger. You playing leader of the army. I don't care what they say. I'm saying they working on them. Okay, Mr. President. You want to play tough. You want to act like you the one. Oh, hell, listen. This man they said Iran has been threatening to obliterate Israel. That's true. So that's the reason why Israel should be able to go mad on Iran. The U.S. has been threatening to obliterate North Korea. Trump said it himself. So does that give North Korea the right to do the first decapitation strike on the U.S.? Just sneak the U.S., nuke them, blow them up, sneak their positions in Asia, and say, hey, they've been talking about killing us for decades. We had no choice. You see, this is what we set ourselves for, because that's all the U.S. do is talk about wiping people out. And North Korea is just as just as junkyard doggish as Israel. And they've been on the U.S. trail. And who knows if North Korea gonna say, you know what, we'll be the ones to kick this thing off and just nuclear strike the U.S. and then the U.S. try to nuclear strike North Korea. You see, it get real dirty. And when you putting lies, you putting BS on the table, Iran has been threatening the U.S. has been threatening to do worse to North Korea. You already set a precedent. Now you set the precedent where if you've been threatening the white people out, you can be attacked viciously. Your nuclear sites can be attacked. Come on, the U.S. is getting themselves into a position we know they're not going to win. I hate that the veterans' lives is on the line right now. I mean, not the veterans, excuse me. Some of our military personnel. With the veterans, y'all here at home, safest. But you're not safe and sound. Because anything could kick off. I hate that our youth. I talked to a mother yesterday. Her son was called up. I said this on my live. Her son, they told him, get ready. And she said, I heard you've been talking about World War III. It's a white lady. She said, I heard you've been talking about World War III. I didn't pay attention. She said, now I got to pay attention. They call up my son. I said, ma'am, that's a big mistake. She said, what should he do? But jail is better than death. I say, absolutely right it is, man. He's not a coward because he tell him, no, lock me up. I'm not going to go die for the Zionists, for the Jews, for these small hats to have more, for Trump to get more billions. I'm not finna send my child to go get wiped out in a war they absolutely won't win. They absolutely won't win. There's no way in hell they're going to defeat Iran. You know? They just plan on some destruction and then destroying a bunch of shit in Iran, and then we losing a bunch of lives. This man get to play leader of war. See, he want to beat Putin so bad. Putin is over there being tough, kicking ass. He wanted to play tough. I'm telling you, he want to beat Putin so bad, bro. He can't back down now because they is getting their ass whooped. He don't want, but he don't understand. You had a chance, Trump, to do the right thing. You didn't. Now, people talking about, I heard people say, they seen articles, they were saying this years ago, Trump will be the last U.S. president, and he might be. This man might be the last U.S. president, and people think it's a fucking game. This is not no game. We're getting in over our head right now. You're not going to be able to go bully Iran, bro, because it's not just Iran on the line. The whole revolutionary world is paying attention to this shit. The whole world is paying attention to this. They say, oh, hell no. We're not going to sit here and let y'all do it because the whole world is looking back like, well, we're going to be next. These people said they had wanted to do 7 wars in 5 years, long time ago. And they looking right now like, damn, they at the last state that was on that list. General Wesley Clark should be arrested for talk. He should be arrested. Premeditated mass murder is what the U.S. was planning. But they had all those names on that list. Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Iraq, Sudan. Now the big enchilada, Iran, is under attack. You think it's a fucking game? Let's be very prepared to watch out for all false flag operations that are taking place in America. Avoid military facilities. If they keep striking government facilities in Iran, we're going to have to avoid government facilities. If they keep striking generals and military officials in their apartments and their homes, all bets will be off. Now, I had said before that Hezbollah, Iran, they would not willy-nilly attack malls and shopping centers and things of that nature, just attacking kids and women. But what I'm saying is, if they're going to mirror the response of the invaders. So, if we keep, and Israel keep doing what they're doing, then it's absolutely, I had thought about that last night. I said, damn, I have to recalculate and talk to the people. If military people are staying near you, apartment complexes, shit like that, then they might decide to hit them down. I know it's fucked up. I know it's crazy, but this is war that they start. They brought hell to people's homes. They throwing rocks and Trump want to hide his hand pretending it ain't us. Yeah, it's you. It's you and the whole world knows it's you. It's disgusting what this punk had the nerve to say that he don't care what the intelligence people is saying. He's saying Iran got nuclear weapons. No, if Iran had nuclear weapons, your ass probably already have gotten one or two in your direction if they had them. You'd be lucky they don't have them. But we know they don't have them because your ass attacked them. That's how we know Iran don't have no nuclear weapons, won't working on no nuclear weapons, because you attacked them. You're scared of North Korea. The U.S. should be really ashamed of itself. Go fight North Korea. You said they wouldn't be allowed to have them. They have them. Go fight them. Disarm North Korea, but you're cowards. You're not real fucking men. You're not real soldiers. The whole world see that, so people know they got to deal with the bully. The U.S. is the bully that must be fucking dealt with, so we must be prepared here. World War III is here. The U.S. is finna wade into this war. Trump is in his war room talking to all his security officials. This is an intel leak. They see the CIA. They know. So these people, it's different departments of CIA. They fighting against each other. Somebody said, "Man, put this out. They finna get everybody killed. Make sure the world know." Put this right on CNN. Israel and Trump is lying. Iran was not 2 weeks. They wasn't a month away. They wasn't a year away. years away from nuclear weapons. Trump, I don't care what none of them say. I'm the one saying, yeah, you're a war criminal and a psychopathic maniac, and you might be the last president that the U.S. ever have. But that's a good thing for me. The chick is coming home to roost, and as a country boy, like Malcolm say, that ain't a bad thing. That's a good thing. That don't make me sad. That make me happy. Me and my people and the righteous people will rise up from the flames of what happened to this wicked land. You have to reap what you sow. We believe in the good book. What have you been sowing? Death and destruction. Ooh, reap it. You want to beat your goddamn chest like you tough? Cool. Nobody gonna hold you back, Trump. U.S. military. I'm praying for my brothers and sisters that they can make it out of this alive. That's in the U.S. military. But I believe a lot of them should refuse those illegal orders. Refuse to fight on behalf of the usurpers and identity thieves. Refuse. You can't pay them as mercenaries. They don't kill no women and kids. They should refuse. If they want to do any fighting, they should do it right here in America. We'll back them. That's real brave soldiers. I'm looking for any soldiers to say enough is enough and stand for the people. There should be some anti-war rallies. The people got to go out before the public and enlighten the public. I allowed to do it myself. Allowed to start it right in my hometown. But it got to be some anti-war rallies calling these people out, calling the Democratic Party out. I can't believe they not saying a goddamn thing about this shit. You see, they in on it. They can't speak ill of the Jews or the Zionists. Congressional black shoe shiners. I told you they love war. They not in the lineage of Dr. King. Dr. King would be like, oh, hell no. Study war no more. Why are you going to World War III? Dr. King said the U.S. was the biggest purveyor of violence the world had ever seen. That's what Dr. King said on the news. He said, you are the biggest purveyor of violence. That's why Lyndon Baines Johnson and them was talking, getting pissed like, whoa, wait a minute. Dr. King just talking about civil rights. He said, hell with that. You're killing people all over this planet. You's a demon. That's what Dr. King told the president. We don't have no congressional black caucus members who want to stand up and say, wait a minute. Why are we the aggressors? Why are we backing women and kids getting killed? Why are they on the news talking about Iranian generals assassinating? You're killing anything move. You're not there looking for those generals. You're killing babies 20 at a time. Hell wrong with you. That happened in Ukraine. They want sanctions. They want World War III. Putin must be stopped. Well, that's what Israel doing. Israel got the right to defend themselves. That's disgusting. But they have brought us to a very dangerous time. And World War III is here now. And Trump may be the last U.S. president, this bigot, this maniac, this fucking psychopath. You know, we tried to help this wicked country, and once again, they stabbed us in the fucking back. We're all right with that. Because I believe, like the story in the Bible, I hope this is the Most High harden your heart, Pharaoh. I hope this is the Most High harden your heart in the biblical tale. In the biblical tale. I hope you like Pharaoh. You wanted to do the right thing, but then the Most High stepped in and hardened your damn heart so you can get everything that's coming to you and you will not get away from your punishment, Pharaoh. Y'all want to play games? Y'all want to be remembered forever? Cool. You will be. Call Pharaoh.